KBN on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brust Norman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust here alongside Packer backer, Wisconsin backer, Mr. Positive, Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
It's Friday, baby. It's exciting. We're almost to the weekend for real.
I can tell you did work from home this morning.
I'm a little bit more upbeat, huh?
You got a smile on your face.
I do have a smile on my face. It's a good Friday. Nobody bothering me for anything. No nonsense.
Not yet, at least. Brad Nortman live from the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Second place, Brad. How's it going in the 608?
It's going good. It's good to be back in Madison. Say what's up to our crew here. It feels good. And I second that Good Friday energy, Kyle. I mean, could you imagine how good we'd feel with a 4-day work week? That Friday would come even a little bit earlier throughout the week. I think your tune is changing a little bit.
Now, Brad started a new job here, and he's already asking for a 4-day work week.
I tell you.
KBN Nation's on my side.
Yeah. Of course, everybody wants a 4-day work week. It becomes a 3-day work week. Listen, I know. I was just having a conversation with my brother yesterday, and he said they get to pick and choose when they go to the office. And do you think anybody picks and chooses to go to the office? Hell no. So no.
If you look at the parking structure here too, when I rolled in today, it's pretty dead in there.
Yeah, I found a perfect parking spot on Friday. Good call, Chris. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Streaming on YouTube at ESPN Madison and at ESPN Milwaukee. And we had some fun chatting up, but I really do want to go here because, in the mail came the first mortgage payment bill. And I don't like how it was presented to me. I was just hoping it would just be like, hey, I did all that back end work. I know what the loan amount is. I know the interest rate. I know what I have to pay come March 1st for the first mortgage payment. But they laid it all out in front of me again, and it was really mean.
Yeah, here's the thing about those. They don't just tell you what you owe. Sometimes they tell you exactly how much you're going to pay in the end.
Right.
And that's the part that makes you mad. You're like, damn. Wait a minute, I thought I took out a loan for X amount. What you mean I'm going to pay y'all times 2?
Yeah, it's not. Go ahead, Brad. You're a finance guy.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in with that first statement, especially as you start. I feel like they need to ease you into a little bit. Like, this is just going to be your monthly payment. We'll let you know over time exactly how much it's going to be as far as interest and stuff. But man, that's a tough way to start with that first interest payment.
So. With that, it got me thinking, man, I just wish I could find a pile of money, right? And I've had fun conversations with former teammates who have gone to play in the NBA. It was like, I genuinely love asking them, like, how cool was it to see your first check clear? It hit the bank statement. Did you do something cool with it? And I, Brad, what did you do when you saw your first, Ching-a-ling ding?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up, Ben. I did get drafted 6th round, so that came with a nice signing bonus. And
does getting drafted, by the way, in the 6th round, it doesn't guarantee that you're signed, but because you're a specialist, you're probably likely to assume that you're going to be signed.
Yeah, it's very rare to actually get drafted and then get cut before the season or not even finish the first season. So, I got the signing bonus and figured, kind of like how the Packers are working with Anders Carlson and whatnot, they're going to give you some time to work into it. You're probably going to get at least a year. But when my first signing bonus hit, it was a paper check, actually. All the signing bonuses for the Panthers that year were a paper check, not direct deposit. So you can use your imagination of what the first round draft pick, what that check looked like, and like physical check. But yeah, you're right. When that check hit the bank, I thought, you know what? It's time that I treat myself a little bit.
Ooh.
And with one part of my brain thinking, I got some needs in my life to be able to live an adult life now as an NFL player. And then on the other side, with a couple of personal finance books in hand, I was like, well, I don't want to blow it, though. So what I did is I went out and got myself a nice, certified, pre-owned Toyota Highlander. Yep, that's right. A certified Toyota. Yeah, that's right. 26,000 miles. It was a screaming deal. And you know what? It was a
deal.
Who's looking for a
Dog, have you? I want people to Google a 2010 Toyota Highlander. Absolutely not.
What's the screaming deal look like, Kyle?
It looks like something on his mother. Maybe you buy that for your mother, not for yourself. I mean, hey, your mother is a mother.
It's a quality SUV.
Who gets drafted into the NFL and they decide they're going to buy not only just a Toyota? Shout out to a Toyota, but I'm just saying it's not as luxurious. But a Highlander? That is like a mom car or a family car. You were a young 22-year-old man and you wanted that?
Well, I wanted space. I wanted reliability. I wanted low maintenance. You got to stretch out these long legs, and you never know. I pick up the boys and we take the town on. It's going to be we're taking it.
This makes me so sad.
Brad, if we played together and we were cool after, like you and Russ are cool and like that after college, if you pick me up and I came to kick it with you in Charlotte in a Toyota Highlander, I said, what, your car in the shop? What is this?
Wait, you judge me? You judge me for driving that?
I'm not pulling up to no bar, no club in front of honeys in a Toyota Highlander. You are my NFL friend. I want something to be nice and luxurious that turns heads. That ain't turning no heads.
I actually went to Charlotte many times, probably crossed paths with Brad in Charlotte because I know Luke Kuechly, who played for the Panthers, who Brad played with, lived in the same building as Brad Nortman and Frank Kaminsky, my former teammate who played with the Hornets. And Frank left me the keys in that complex, and I would take all of his great whips around, and it was whips.
Wow,
plural.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even go
single. You had a girlfriend.
Wouldn't even go that far.
Was Lexi your now wife? Like, did she come with you to Charlotte?
Yes, so Lexi and I were just dating at this point, but yes, we moved to Charlotte together, lived together before we were engaged and married. And that first year, we were dating, we were living together, and see, I'm not Frank, man. I would rather have the ratio of one car for two people, not multiple cars for one people. We had one car, Lexi and I, for 12 months. Think about that, guys.
Lexi
for 12 months.
Lexi absolutely adores and loves you.
We shared the Toyota Highlander. So we moved down there in mid-July, and then we ended up getting her car. Actually, it was Labor Day weekend the next season, so it was more than a year.
Did you get a screaming deal on her car?
So we got pretty good. I was a little bit less concerned about a deal at that point with season 2 on its way. But we shared the Highlander for like 15 months, and you can only imagine what that is like trying to have two people coordinate one car as you're sort of living life.
There are broke boys around Milwaukee who would actually do more than what you did, who would not drive a Toyota Highlander and would have got their girl a car to drive around. I know when Lexi was like, oh, you got drafted, woohoo, I'm going to move with you. She didn't think she was going to be having
sharing
to
a car?
drive Brad everywhere, and y'all got to share a car for 15 months. She is a ride or die, because most women would have been on the phone talking about, girl, he still got me in this dang Toyota Highlander. He didn't even buy me nothing, didn't even bring up buying me nothing.
He didn't even get me a bicycle to ride around town.
He got me out here taking the city bus.
We did live in downtown Charlotte, so she could walk places. But yeah, I'll say it straight up.
Walking places around
guys,
the city?
If for those who are like aware of when ride sharing services like Uber and Lyft, that didn't even exist at this point. It was legitimately call a taxi, walk, or we coordinate. So I'm not going to lie, guys. This is honesty.
What kind of spell did you put on her?
I'll never lie to KBN Nation or you guys. There were days, many days, in fact, where she needed the car to go to South Charlotte, drive 20 minutes, whatever it is. So that means she's dropping me off at the stadium and picking me back up when practice is over.
Did your teammates roast you? Please tell me yes.
Well, I tried to keep it pretty discreet. Only my fellow specialists truly knew that Lexi and I were sharing a car. And
how did you keep it discreet?
Well, I'd have her drop me off at like the way back part of the parking lot,
baby,
right?
I'll walk. Don't worry, I'll walk.
Yes. No, baby, this is close enough. This is way close enough.
Gotta get the B-52
No. Baby, they just putting rules. They're doing construction up there. I can't get too close to the entrance.
But it'd be one of those things where guys would just see me walk in, and then they would just assume I'm coming from the car that I parked way back in the back of the parking lot. So yeah, and I would have to text her when meetings came to an end. I'd be like, all right, baby.
You can leave.
15-minute warning. Come get me.
Brad was like the kid, because trust me, this was me in elementary school when I had to wait for my parents to come pick me up. He was the last player just waiting. You good, Brad? You going? Oh, no, I'm just hanging. You know, I'm good. I'm
just going to put a little extra study in here, a little extra film.
Backpack on, and I'm just kind of pacing by the door. Everyone's leaving, and be like, Brad, you all right? You got a ride? Oh, no, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Just trying to take it all in. But yeah, I'll tell you what, we went through some powerful growth when we had to share a car together and coordinate.
800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Having to pay my first mortgage, it wouldn't have been helped if I had the mindset of Brad Nortman. I would just been
you wouldn't have a mortgage if it was Brad's mindset back then.
No, you're right.
Maybe you have a mortgage, but be some I talk about a hoopty car. It would be some trap house somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he could have got her a $2,000 car, and that would have been bad. But he still could have done it.
Could have gave her something.
Put it on Twitter at KBN ESPN. If you signed an NFL contract, how many cars would you purchase? 1, 2, 3, or 4 plus?
Yeah, well, and I can't even fathom having multiple cars if you were single. That is just beyond my ability to comprehend. I even thought that I still feel like it was the right decision. That, you know what, we don't need to get too ahead of ourselves. Let's slow down. One car, the two of us, plenty to take care of. Because then you're talking about another payment for parking, more car insurance, more gas. All the things
in the NFL.
No, he got drafted and signed in the NFL. He got drafted. That means he's making some good money, Brad. Like, Brad, you could have afforded to have some $15,000 car for your baby. You could afford to pay $50 a month for parking on the street. You could afford $400 or $500 in what it costs for car insurance.
Don't tell him how to spend his money.
I'm not trying to tell, but I mean, she wouldn't. Again, she stuck it out because she loved you. But I know that was quite the year.
What's the hook, Brad? What's the hook?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you mean, what do I mean? You got a Highlander, and you had to share it between the two of you for 15 months, and she went out there to Charlotte. She just didn't know any better?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is, I locked her down before she got her wits about her. That, or it's just my dashing good looks and charming
until
smile.
She's listening to this segment right now, and she's thinking, "Damn, Colin's better right."
Flashback.
I got taken for a ride, literally.
No. Well, so that's the thing.
She's probably thinking that.
So you drove. And then she got out of the car and hopped in the driver's seat, or she drove, you gave her a kiss, and you said, "All right, baby, I'm going to work."
Well, it would usually, I'll be honest, usually I'm driving.
Okay.
You pull up, and not to the door, right, to the back of the parking lot, and say, "Okay, thanks, sweetie, love you, here's a kiss," and, I go do my thing, and she does hers. There'd be some times, too, where she just pulls up and just hop in the passenger side and say, "Okay, baby, take me home. Take me to my kingdom."
There's a song about that TLC made. No scrubs. Hanging on the passenger side, Brad. But I know you would never scrub. You was never scrub because it's your car. You were driving. She was driving your car. But boy, oh boy, that you know what? Again, shout out to Lexi for being a ride or die. Because
look,
ain't no way.
In my experience, and I do want to get to this. I want to know if you guys feel the same way I do. Now, Not everyone works in the same place as their spouse, but there has to be a time in which, in some time in your life, you've been dating someone, or if you've been married long enough, you've had a car issue, and you've had to drive with your significant other to get dropped off at work or go to work. I value every second of peace on my way to and from work. He's driving his ass with his sweet, lovely wife now every single day to practice. I would kill myself. 800-990-3776. More on Brad Nortman's one car on a cheap deal after signing an NFL contract and how we would survive doing that next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
But what I've heard is very nutritious.
I was actually about to ask. This is the last conversation on it. Did you taste it? Come on, did you taste it?
You got to. You got to make sure that it's good and good for your baby.
Yeah.
I know Jonathan Brust has. I have not yet.
Okay.
I definitely am.
You might as well take a little shot.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Football Guy.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you?
Football Guy.
Old T's a little, I'm not feeling 100%. Tell me, hey.
Coming at it from different views.
No, just I think with all that little stuff that's going around and the long trip back from the loo, I'm going to grind.
Wilde and Tausch. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, Milwaukee, we make it easy. It's Auto Show time in Milwaukee. The best time to shop the newest cars, trucks, and SUVs. But you don't have to wait until the show. Experience your favorite models at your nearest Ewald now. Get special Auto Show savings with top dollar for your trade on over 700 new vehicles in stock. All backed by Ewald's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Only during Ewald's Auto Show sales event. Go to EwaldAuto.com.
Hey, it's Gary Olson here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? No matter the season, rain, snow, or shine, Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is open for you. A top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. Just $35 an hour gets you a round and puts that summer feel back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Are you tired of looking at a dirty, dusty, and cracked garage and looking for a fresh new look? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you about Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor and also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. This makes it perfect for outdoor spaces, just like your patio. Check it out at ShowtimeFloors.com and work with a specialist to transform your space in as little as 1 day.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Dr. Michael Nolte. Expertscape recently named him part of the top 1% of spine expertise in the world. Dr. Nolte has published over 50 peer-reviewed articles in leading scientific journals and authored more than 100 national presentations. They added this MVP specialist for orthopedic, neurosurgical, and spine care because at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. The 20th ranked Wisconsin men's basketball team got back on track Tuesday night with a win over Ohio State at the Kohl Center, snapping a 4-game losing streak. The Badgers look to stack back-to-back wins for the first time in the month of February Saturday afternoon as they head to take on Iowa. The Badgers are in 3rd place in the Big Ten with a 9-5 record in conference play, with just 6 games remaining before the start of the Big Ten tournament. 2 of the final 6 games include the top 2 teams in the Big Ten, Purdue and Illinois. It's Badgers Hawkeyes, a 1:15 tip on the Big Ten Network this Saturday.
Get 0% interest for up to 3 years, or get no money down, no interest, and no payments for up to 18 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit PellaWI.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
From the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. As Kyle referenced this song earlier in our show, Brad's no scrub, though. We know that. He played 6 years in the NFL. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace of the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios. Brad, I'd like you to reset the image for KBN Nation and myself and Kyle about having one car in Charlotte for 15 months with your now lovely wife and being driven to the practice
Can you be
facility?
very specific about what car it was as well, please?
Yeah, a Highlander.
Yeah, of course. I'd be happy to. Guys, you get drafted into the NFL, you think there's this going to be dream of, oh, yeah, I'm going to get this flashy ride and the whole thing. But I was like, no. There's one way to do this. You got to be prudent. You got to be smart. Be sensible. So I went ahead and I bought me a 2-year-old certified pre-owned Toyota Highlander, 26,000 miles on it. Yes, a flashy ride, right? Flashy as can be. And Lexi moved to Charlotte. Lexi moved to Charlotte with me. We lived together. And I was like, you know what? Slow down. We're only getting one car now. One car between the two.
You
of
told
us.
her to slow down?
No. I was just saying.
You were
like,
already going slow enough in the Highlander.
So, yeah, I mean, I was just like, we don't need 2 cars. We can make this work with one. Let's just see how this whole thing plays out. So, yeah, I mean, Lexi lovingly, self-sacrificingly shared a car with me for 15 months living in Charlotte. And think about what that necessitates, right? If she needs to drive somewhere during the day, she's dropping me off at the stadium and then kiss her goodbye, have a great day, honey, picking me back up from the stadium when the practice day is over. Sometimes I would take the car. She wouldn't have one for the day. She'd have to walk around the city. This is before Uber, before Lyft. So, and when she did pick me up or drop me off, way in the back of the parking lot, right? We're not doing that at the front door. We're not doing that in front of Steve Smith.
You can't let Cam Newton see that.
Yeah, if Cam saw that, if Steve saw that, man, I'll tell you what, I would never have been live that down. I'm amazed I kept that a secret.
You went to practice every day with the tail between the legs.
No, I felt confident. I walked out.
Oh, did you? You did not.
Yeah.
You did not feel confident. You got dropped off in the back.
Lexi, that's true. It was deceitful. But Lexi would always give me that, you're going to do great today, Brad. Have a great day. I'd walk out chest high. Yeah, you're right, Lexi. I'm going to get after it. But yeah, I would certainly do it discreetly from the back of the parking lot. And, she'd come pick me up and just did our best to keep it our little
Brad,
secret.
you knew you was wrong. You knew you was wrong. The fact that you had to discreetly get dropped off and you knew it was wrong. I don't know what you was penny pitching for. Like, you had the B-52 bomber leg. You were going to be A-okay. You could afford to give her something better than what that's called.
Probably
Justin in the 262 chimes in. If we have mixed reaction to Brad Nortman, I don't even know how. I don't know how to summarize all of that.
It's heavy frugality, very frugal.
I mean, I thought I was frugal.
Borderline.
Kyle, you spend money like crazy.
Frugal,
and you don't.
Listen,
compared to Brad.
If I would have been a 6th-round draft pick, if I would have been a unsigned, signed free agent, undrafted signed free agent, I would have went crazy. Let me be in the NFL. I would have went crazy buying.
Justin in the 262 chimes in. Brad Gruber, one car. That's all. I like that one.
I like that.
Brad must be good in that. Never mind. Justin in the 920 chimes in. I just want to see Brad's retirement. He took the money that he could have spent on some dumb whips and now may have generational wealth. # smart. Chef Ed chimes in. Come on, Brad. Spurge a little. Party a little. I can understand now. But when you're youngin', go crazy.
I mean, KBN Nation is giving me a little bit. I like the variety of answers we get. And here's another wrinkle I forgot to add. So there was only like 1 or 2 guys on the team that actually knew Lexi and I were sharing one car. And it was, of course, my guys, my specialists. I can trust those guys through thick and thin. So every once in a while, I'd have to hail a ride with like JJ, the long snapper, and be like, hey, JJ, can you give me a lift? Can you give me a lift the other direction that you're going to be able to drop me back off at home? Very much obliged and all that. So, yeah, it was a learning year. That's for sure.
800-990-3776 DP. Friend of show chimes in. Keep in mind, this is the same Brad that drove an hour and a half to buy a $50 Christmas tree. Billy in Sussex chimes in. Sounds like the kid who makes his mom drop him off a block away from school so he doesn't have his buddy see him.
I'm realizing that Brad and I are very similar in many, many ways. Just how frugal that we are. I mean, I wouldn't buy a $50 Christmas tree, but